All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with beneficiaries of village electrification schemes through video conferencing this morning. Government approves special remission scheme for prisoners as part of commemoration of Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary. Enforcement Directorate files supplementary charge sheet against former Air Force Chief SP Tyagi and others in Agusta Westland chopper scam. Turkey lifts state of emergency after 2 years. And in Asian Junior Wrestling Championships, Viresh Kundu bags bronze in Greco-Roman category. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with the beneficiaries of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana and Saubhagya Yojana through video conferencing at 9:30 this morning. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said he is looking forward to interacting with the citizens from villages that have been electrified in the last 4 years. He said these villages were in the dark even after 70 years of independence, adding that his government had the honor of lighting them up and giving wings to the aspirations of several people. People can join the program through the Narendra Modi app and watch it live on DD News, BJP's Facebook page and live blog. The Union Cabinet has approved a remission scheme for certain categories of prisoners, including women, transgenders and physically disabled, under which they will be set free on satisfying the given criteria. The remission is a part of commemoration of 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The decision was taken at a cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi yesterday. A report.
The scheme will cover those women and transgenders who have crossed the age of 55 years and men over 60 years, prisoners with 70% disability irrespective of their age, and terminally ill prisoners provided they all have served 50% of their total sentence. The scheme, however, is conditional. Those convicted of murder, acts of terrorism, kidnapping for ransom, rape, dowry death and human trafficking will not be covered in it. The prisoners will be released in 3 phases starting 2nd October this year, in the phase 2 on 10th April next year, the anniversary of Champaran Satyagraha, and in 3rd phase on 2nd October next year. Tripti Srivastav, AIR News.
The Cabinet has cleared a bill providing for stringent punishment, including death penalty for those convicted of raping girls below the age of 12 years. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad told reporters in New Delhi that the bill will be introduced in the ongoing monsoon session of Parliament. The Criminal Law Amendment Bill 2018, once approved by Parliament, will replace the Criminal Law Amendment Ordinance promulgated on 21st of April. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved the proposal of Uttar Pradesh government for establishment of new medical college at Devariya at a cost of 250 crore rupees under phase 2 of the centrally sponsored scheme. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal introduced the Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill 2018 in Lok Sabha yesterday. The bill has been brought in to help the government in confiscating properties of economic offenders who have absconded the country to avoid prosecution. Introducing the bill, Mr. Goyal said offences involving amounts of 100 crore or more will fall under the purview of this bill. A bill proposing ban on unregulated deposits and up to 10-year jail term for perpetrators of Ponzi schemes was introduced in the Lok Sabha yesterday. The bill provides for punishment for fraudulent default and repayment to depositors and attachment of assets of entities engaged in such activities. In Uttar Pradesh, the death toll in Tuesday's collapse of 2 multi-story buildings in Greater Noida has risen to 9 as one more body was recovered from the debris this morning. Commandant of National Disaster Relief Force, P.K. Srivastav, told AIR that relief and rescue operations are on in full swing. 4 NDRF teams, rescuers from ITBP, Fire Brigade and Provincial Armed Constabulary of the State Police are engaged in the operations. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has announced financial assistance of 2 lakh rupees each to the next of kin of those killed. 4 persons, including the builder and the owner of the land, have been arrested. 2 officials from Greater Noida Authority have been suspended in connection with the case. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Enforcement Directorate ED has filed a supplementary charge sheet in a Delhi court against former Air Force Chief SP Tyagi and others in the Agusta Westland VVIP chopper bribery scam. The charge sheet was filed before Special Judge Arvind Kumar yesterday, and it will be taken up for consideration tomorrow. The charge sheet filed through Special Public Prosecutor N.K. Matta names as accused the Tyagi brothers, including SP Tyagi, lawyer Gautam Khaitan, Italian middleman Carlo Gerosa and Guido Haschke, and Finmeccanica, the parent company of Agusta Westland. The court was hearing a money laundering case connected with the 3,600 crore rupee VVIP chopper deal. People from all walks of life, particularly the underprivileged and farmers, are benefiting from various flagship schemes of the central government. In West Tripura district, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana has brought a positive change in the lives of farmers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had recently presented an award to the district for the successful implementation of the scheme. Here is a ground report from our Agartala correspondent.
Lakshman Bhaumik is a farmer in Ishan Chandra Nagar village of West Tripura district. He is receiving the fruits of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Talking to AIR, he said the farmers are reaping the benefits of this scheme.
We are happy as the government has introduced this scheme. Whatever amount we received from this scheme has been very useful for us.
Farmer Sunil Chandra Sarkar from Dukli block says that the farmers are receiving protection and they have been benefited under this scheme.
We are being benefited by this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, and this is very useful for farmers. I received rupees 1,021 this year under this scheme.
District Magistrate and Collector of West Tripura District, Dr. Sandeep Mahatme, talked about various initiatives taken by the district administration for successful implementation of the scheme.
Our state government has already declared that in the high-risk areas, the premium component would be borne by the state government. So accordingly, around almost 10 crore budgetary provision is already made in the state budget for the entire state.
After launching this scheme, the farmers have become confident and they have started taking risks in farming as they get an assurance to get compensation against the damage of their crops. Nishit Joshi, AIR News, Agartala.
The Supreme Court has said women have the right to enter and pray like men at the Sabrimala temple in Kerala, as the fundamental right of freedom to practice religion is provided to all by the Constitution. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra made the observation yesterday during the hearing on the issue of women in the menstruating age of 10 to 50 years being barred from entering the over 800-year-old shrine. The bench termed as absurd the notification of Devaswam Board, which runs the temple, banning entry of women of a particular age group. The court was informed by the Kerala government that it also supported the entry of women of all age groups in the temple. The hearing on the plea will continue today. The 10th edition of the Delhi Dialogue begins in New Delhi today. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will deliver the keynote address of the 2-day event, the theme of which is Strengthening India-ASEAN Maritime Cooperation. More from a correspondent.
The premier annual event will discuss political security, economic and socio-cultural engagement between India and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. The event has been held annually since 2009 and political leaders, policymakers, senior officials, diplomats, think tanks and academicians from both sides participate in the discussions pertaining to ASEAN-India relations. Chief ministers from the northeastern states have also been invited this time. The meet is aimed at finding a common ground and expanding the scope of cooperation between India and ASEAN. With Shashank Kumar's report, this is Sabi Hassan Khan, AIR News, Delhi.
In Turkey, the state of emergency, which was imposed after the failed coup 2 years ago, came to an end today. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan declared emergency on 20th of July 2016, 5 days after warplanes bombed Ankara and clashes broke out in Istanbul that claimed 249 lives. The state-run Anadolu news agency said the measure, which normally lasts 3 months, was extended 7 times, and it ended today after the government decided not to ask that it be extended for an 8th time. Heavy rain continued to wreak havoc in Kerala. 7 more deaths have been reported in the past 24 hours in the state, raising the death to more than 100 in various rain-related incidents this monsoon season. Nearly 30,000 people are being relocated to relief camps. More from our correspondent.
Low-lying regions in Kottayam and Alappuzha districts continue to be flooded. Railways cancelled several train services through the region. Road traffic in hilly regions were affected as landslides have been reported. Kerala government sought centre's support and urged it to send a delegation to take stock of the situation. National Disaster Response Force teams are currently deployed in Kottayam and Alappuzha. The Met Department has warned downpour is likely to continue till Sunday. Mayusha, AR News, Thiruvananthapuram.
Normal life continues to be affected in various parts of Gujarat due to heavy rain and floods. 32 people have so far been killed in South Gujarat and Saurashtra. Our correspondent reports that over 4,000 people have been evacuated to the safer places. Greco-Roman wrestler Viresh Kundu bagged a bronze medal on day 2 of the Asian Junior Championships in New Delhi yesterday. The 20-year-old, who hails from Uttar Pradesh, defeated South Korea's Jeong-yul Kwon 14-5 in the 97 kg bronze medal playoff to win his first international medal. Apart from Kundu, none of the Indian grapplers managed to win a medal yesterday as the Greco-Roman competitions came to a close. The Lok Sabha congratulated sprinter Hima Das on winning gold in a track event at the World Junior Athletics Championships this year. Hima Das covered 400 meters in just 51.46 seconds. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Abhishek Kumar.
Thank you, Anuja. All set for a Friday blockbuster in the monsoon session of Parliament. The ruling NDA and the opposition to battle it out in what is expected to be a teaser of the 2019 fight. The Mail today says, no trust motion, BJP short of win. While the Asian Age writes, Modi government to use no trust vote to dent opposition unity. Questioning age restrictions on the entry of women at the Sabrimala temple in Kerala, the Supreme Court observes, if a man can enter Sabrimala temple, then so can women. Headlines, the Indian Express. Almost all the newspapers have covered the continuation of sealing and demolition activity in the national capital by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court wants sealing resumed, developers to be blacklisted, writes the Hindustan Times. Pension Fund Regulatory Authority is seeking actuarial opinion on increase of pension slab under Atal Pension Yojana from Rs 5,000 to Rs 10,000 per month is a front page story in the DNA Money. The government approaching Dubai authorities for extradition of Christian Michel, the middleman in the Agusta Westland chopper scam, is a headline in the Pioneer, which reads, India seeks Agusta agents extradition from Dubai. The Jammu and Kashmir government has ordered the ban on airing of at least 30 Islamic Pak channels in larger interest of public, reports The Hindu. Announcing that elders can now make speech in their mother tongue in all 22 languages instead of 17 and will automatically get translated into English and Hindi in the Rajya Sabha is another story in the Pioneer. And finally, on a successful experiment by the Delhi Zoo, a white tigress renamed Nirbhaya is pregnant, and it means the Delhi Zoo will welcome cubs from inbreeding for the first time in 27 years, reports the Indian Express. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Abhishek, for a look at today's newspapers. The centre has sanctioned financial assistance of 300 crore rupees to the 3 municipal corporations of Delhi for effective solid waste management and dust control. Starting this, the Union Housing and Urban Affairs Secretary Durga Shankar Mishra said yesterday that orders for various projects worth 236 crore rupees were issued. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with beneficiaries of village electrification schemes through video conferencing this morning. Government approves special remission scheme for prisoners as part of Commemoration of Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary. Enforcement Directorate files supplementary charge sheet against former Air Force Chief SP Tyagi and others in Agusta Westland chopper scam. Turkey lifts state of emergency after 2 years. And in Asian Junior Wrestling Championships, Viresh Kundu bags bronze in Greco-Roman category. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.